aviation industry. For example, they won numerous awards from the aviation industry. Second, national development. For example, talent factory for skilled employees, especially in engineer, pilot and cabin crew. Third, mystery MH370 disappear in radar and when we can know about it.
Types of Malaysia Airlines services. There are two types of airlines in Malaysia, which is known as commercial airlines and cargo airlines. There are subgroup of airlines under commercial airlines, which is known as charter airlines. Commercial airlines is the airline that carry passengers only, and charter airlines is a plane journey arranged by a travel company that has bought all the seats and sells them at a lower price. Cargo airline is the airline that carry both, that is passengers and cargo. There are three types of aircraft, which is known as passenger aircraft, cargo aircraft and also mixed aircraft. The table is explaining about the types of airlines, image, IATA, ICAO, call sign and commons operations. Commercial airlines, Air Asia. It is a low-cost airline who is following their tagline, that is everyone can fly, and the headquarters located near to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. They are also offering promotion on peak time so that everyone can enjoy their holidays by traveling using Air Asia. Malindo Air is the name of is came out with the combination name of Malaysia and Indonesia and signifies a cooperative pact between the two countries. They are providing a personal TV in the flight as the entertainment for the passengers at the in front of each and every seats. Malaysia Airlines Berhad. The airline began as Malaysian Airways in 1947 and was renamed Malaysian Airways after Malaysia got independence. Later, the name was changed to Malaysia Singapore Airlines. There are three types of classes in the Malaysia Airline Berhad, which is known as first class, business class, and economy class. Charter Airlines, Eagle Express, Air Charter, and Berhad. The airline is a joint venture between private investors in Malaysia and South Korea with 60% to 40% holding respectively. Eagle Express also want to launch cargo operation as both charter and ACMI using 3 Boeing 747-400F focusing on South Korea and Hong Kong. Cargo Airlines MAB Cargo, which is known as Malaysia Airlines Berhad Cargo. Its operating as Mass Cargo is a cargo airline with its head office in the Advanced Cargo Center, which is known as ACC, on the grounds of Kuala Lumpur International Airport. The cargo is operating for 24 hours daily. They are providing all under one roof. For all types of dangerous good cargoes, they have to follow all the rules and regulations as required by IATA have to be declared by the submitting party. Import or export of live animals are normally restricted by license, and import of live animals is subject to quarantine regulations of the importing country.
Hi, I'm Nawasani Zaminti Asmael and I will present about SOP for airline and SAR. Definition: Standard operating procedure is a manual that provides a flight crew with a step-by-step guide to effectively and safely carry out operations. The following topics should be in the SOP. Number 1 is captain authority. Number 2, use of automation. Number 3, checklist philosophy. Number 4, checklist. Okay, next we continue with effective SOP. For effective SOP should be include 1. The procedure is appropriate to the situation. 2. The procedure is practically to use. 3. Crew members understand the reason for the procedure. 4. Effective training is conducted. 5. The attitudes shown by instructor, check pilot, and managers all reinforce the needs for the procedure. And 6. Pilot flying. Pilot not flying and flight engineer duties are clearly delineated. Okay, next we continue with SAR. SAR can be defined as a search for and provision of aid to people who are in distress or imminent danger. Next, we move to MH370 tragedy. On 8 March 2014, aircraft type Boeing 777-200ER from Malaysia Airlines was disappeared from airspace traffic. This aircraft, being well known as MH370, was carrying 239 people, that is 12 crew members and 227 passengers. Next, conspiracy MH370. This conspiracy will appear when the tragedy happened. Okay, firstly, plane was shot down during military ops. Secondly, Afghan hijacking.
Few years ago, Malaysia was surprised with a news that a Boeing 777-200ER aircraft with the flight number MH370 under Malaysia Airlines which disappeared without any distress signal shortly after taking off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport on 8 March 2014. MH370 was an international passenger flight with the 227 multinational passengers and 12 Malaysian crew members on board, flying from KLIA to Beijing Capital International Airport on 8 March 2014 at 12:41 a.m. local time. The flight arrival time was estimated at 6:30 a.m. local time within the same day. It is reported that the aircraft lost contact with the air traffic controllers about an hour after departure. The last known position of the aircraft was located 120 nautical miles off the east coast of Kota Baru. Thus, search and rescue teams were deployed quickly to search for the missing plane in the last position. The disappearance of MH370 became a major news all over the world shortly after the official statement released about the missing aircraft by Malaysia Airlines. Both major and minor news networks began covering the news on television and social media. Many false news about MH370 were reported and confusion were created among the people. As a result, Malaysia government quickly took action to the public that they are the sole provider of latest and verified news about missing aircraft. News regarding the missing aircraft can be based and manipulated by different news agencies due to political and cultural difference. Hence, our group choose to focus on how news regarding the MH370 are being reported by notable news media such as The Star, China Central Television, and cable news network as well as social media. Many sensitive and conflicting posts are posted all over social media when the aircraft disappeared. Many internet users link the disappearance of the airplane to terrorism without a second thought just because Malaysia is a Muslim country. Although terrorism and hijacking might be the reason behind the disappearance of the aircraft, we should not just link the disappearance of the fact that Malaysia is a Muslim country. We have the freedom of speech on social media, but there is also a limit when it comes to the posting sensitive issue.
The suggestion to improve future airline safety and security in the SOP. The first one is the improvement in engine, system and structure. Next is the design have to always recognize to prevent the mitigating human error. The next point is focus on how evolutionary and incremental change while the aircraft are en route. Next, use the advanced system to adapt the traffic flow to convertize the weather to minimize reduction. Then, the government also should always play a role to assess the risk in the system because the system complex as the airline system. Next, a range of operational concepts have to develop, examine and revise that consider in potential changes in technology, society, and the airline system. Lastly, control the cruise attitude of flight path of an aircraft to avoid the formation of constraints that affect the climax.
Conclusion from this report. As we know, MH37 tragedy is mystery because all people do not know where MH370. This tragedy made people scary and worries to use airline flight go to anyway. From this report, we discuss about MH370 tragedy. This happened recently because the airline flight have problem. Malaysia Airlines must do improvement in system security for avoid mass accident in airline flight.